Greetings, everyone. We're moving on in Survey 312, the legal principles of boundary surveying. Today, we're going to introduce Unit 3, the land tenure system of the United States. We talk about the land tenure system of any country, for that matter. What we're talking about is the series of laws, regulations, and procedures that allow for the registry of land ownership, if it's allowed, and indeed how land is transferred from one owner to the next, and indeed the methodology that's used to describe uniquely land. The land tenure system in the United States has its roots going way back, most of which comes from England and English colonial law. As the United States has progressed westward, there's elements of Spanish law that come into play, there's elements of Roman law that come into play. But for the most part, the land tenure system in the United States is based largely on that which is in place in Great Britain. We look at the land tenure system overview, section 3.1 of our course, and you see that we have a set of learning objectives are given to us, that upon the completion of this unit, the learner will be able to demonstrate an understanding of land ownership in the United States, outline and discuss various types of estates, describe the process of conveyance in the United States. You will be able to identify the required and sometimes optional elements of a legal land description, and you'll be able to interpret a legal land description for its completeness and its accuracy. This video begins to highlight the important pieces, and I would like to reinforce your learning assignment here. The reading assignment is Chapter 4 of Brown's Boundary Control and Legal Principles. I have a set of PowerPoint slides for talking points included below this link, and then we also have some guest lectures, and you will have a lesson about legal land descriptions, a homework assignment where a legal land description has been provided to you for you to check it for completeness and accuracy. Choosing the next button to go on to the next page. In section 3.2, this is our essential activities. You'll notice that I have the first set of PowerPoint slides about ownership, transfer, and legal descriptions. A second set of slides being the beginning of legal land description requirements, and a third set about legal land descriptions known as Descript 2. You may find these two, Description 1 and Description 2, to be useful in future units when, in I believe it's Unit 5, you'll be asked to refer back to Unit 3. I've got a special opportunity available to us here, and that is we have a guest lecture from Dr. Knut Hermansen at the University of Maine. Dr. Hermansen is a licensed professional land surveyor, a licensed professional engineer, a member of the Bar Association in both Pennsylvania and in the state of Maine, one of my mentors as a graduate student at the University of Maine. Dr. Hermansen is well known for his authorship of articles that have appeared in our trade magazines, his journal articles, testimony before state houses, and indeed considered one of the finest experts in the nation. This link here takes us to an outside video which is hosted at YouTube, complete with closed captioning. This is not a public video. Instead, it's listed, its status at YouTube is unlisted. Therefore, its use is only allowed to those who have the specific address, and I'm proud to be able to present this piece to you with permission from Dr. Hermansen. Moving forward in future segments, we will have a couple of more visits from Dr. Hermansen. Give you a little bit of a note in advance. He tends to edit his videos and compress a lot of information together. Sliding forward here, section 3.3, this is our homework. The topic of the homework is to check legal descriptions for their closure. You will compute and sketch these two sample legal descriptions for their accuracy and completeness. When I say accuracy, I'm referring to closure. You will probably need to do some computations to see if this these descriptions truly do come back and close upon their point of beginning. If yes, so state. If no, comment indeed about whether it's a Scrivener's error, perhaps a minor discrepancy that could be overlooked, or if there's something more interesting. You can upload your file directly, or you can type it directly into the Rich Content Editor. Note that if you are sketching the parcels by hand on engineering paper or some other such material, you will need to scan the drawing and upload the scanned version of your paper copy. The preferred format would be PDF, although JPEG is also acceptable. I would also like to note that you might be using other optional software for the completion of this portion of the lab, namely the Carlson survey that we have available in our laboratory computers, or perhaps if you're employed and your employer has got access for you to AutoCAD or the Civil 3D or any other types of software like that, you feel free to use it, although recognize that I might not be available to give you particular user support on any particular piece of software. This particular assignment can be fully completed using Microsoft Excel, part of the Office suite, and on my website, which I will show you soon, we do also include some tools that you can find, which is right here. Useful MS Excel spreadsheet for working with degrees, minutes, and seconds. The common units of our angles are not necessarily built into MS Excel, and what I've included here is some self-described worksheets that you're free to use in your own work. And I also found a free online application called the Track Plotter. I have not tried this, although the advertisement tells us that it does exactly what we're hoping it to do. The assignment shows up down here. Again, we have a preview button, and in this particular assignment, you will note that the instructions are given. We have one parcel that's a historical parcel in Mercer County, Kentucky, and the second one, which is a more modern parcel, described and recorded right here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, in the Doñana County Courthouse. I want to give everyone a heads up here about the historical description from Mercer County, Kentucky. It's been transcribed in its exact detail. There are 2 errors that exist in the instrument. Your task would be to identify those errors and comment on them. Your sketches or CAD drawings should be neatly prepared. Annotate the lines, showing the course and distance of each line. Identify the corners as they may be included. A north arrow is appropriate, typically arranged toward the top of the page or to the left of the page. And indeed, 8.5 by 11 should be sufficient, but use your best judgment. It's going to be okay. The first book has got this indenture made on this 13th day of February, 1810. The second one, as we scroll forward, is a more modern description produced by a local engineering and surveying firm, and it's from 1999, of a 1.000 acre tract located in Doñana County, New Mexico. There's plenty of detail that comes along with this that you're encouraged to look at, plot, experiment with, and learn. Hope you have a great success in this unit, and we'll look forward to talking to you in the next.